Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we are continuing our Ben 10 journey. This is Ben 10 Season 1 Episode 5 titled Hunted. Doesn't sound too good, interesting title, but doesn't sound too good in terms of maybe Ben's being hunted or the Omnitrix, or maybe they're hunting someone else. I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens, but regardless. So, from what I'm understanding from all you guys, so far, we have seen all 10 aliens Ben can turn into from the Omnitrix. Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. It is going to take me a while to learn all these names because I'm bad with names to begin with. And the fact is, from far as I can remember, they've mentioned a couple of the aliens' names, like the names they've given them, but I don't think they've said the names for all of them. So maybe later on the road, they're going to, keep saying the names more and more, and I go, okay, now it's starting to click. But until then, it's going to be a bit. I could obviously looking up and start figuring that stuff out, but I want to watch the show. I don't want to look too far into stuff and maybe see potential spoilers if I'm looking into stuff on Wikipedia or something. So, yeah, I'm trying my best to steer clear of looking at stuff outside of just watching the show. So, yeah. So the last episode, the Limax, that were those aliens were called, that were taking over that retirement community, of course, their grandpa's sister, their great aunt. That whole thing was kind of bonkers. Like, right away when they show up, there's a guy doing that backflip, and then there's that guy that's like the next door neighbor to their great aunt, and he just like looks out the window to Ben, like, okay. And they have weird abilities, and they wanted to take them all in pods. And of course, they stop and save the day and all that kind of stuff, and then they drive off. And people were commenting saying, well, this was kind of a useless episode in the show. I'm like, well, I get that, but at least we got the introduction of it was the last two aliens he hasn't turned into yet, at least onto the show up to that point. So I see why they included some of those, especially the ghost one, where he could literally just escape from the house because he didn't want to be there. Understandable. So it was kind of interesting nonetheless in terms of seeing a new alien species and kind of what their whole plan was and shit, and then them saving the day once again. So now here are at episode 5, Hunted. I'm excited, guys. I'm enjoying the journey so far, and I can't wait to continue to see what else this show has to offer. Season 1, episode 5 of Ben 10, Hunted. Let's go.
Begin the audition.
Okay. Ding. Wow. Absorb that blast. Okay.
You are all hired.
Oh.
Your objective
It's that
is to
Omnitrix. It's that guy from the first episode. Oh, the crystal dude.
Don't just try to muscle it. Might isn't always right.
Might isn't always right. That's a good piece of advice.
Focus, Ben. Think.
No worries, Grandpa.
Oh, almost missed those. Oh shit.
It's not a toy. You
Not a
got to
toy.
think when you use it.
I know, but come
think.
on. You guys have seen me in action. I'm
Yeah.
the baddest Ben in town.
That doesn't sound good.
Uh-oh. I was thinking something was gonna happen at some point. Oh,
Where the Omnitrix was last activated.
tracking.
A rock pile like this is better off space dust.
Rock pile. What the hell is that accent? Oh. Ooh. Okay.
I think I found the problem. Leaky fuel line.
Lucky shot?
His
I
fault.
should be able to patch it up.
Sorry, Grandpa.
Oh, since he used it to probably scare her, they can now know exactly where he is.
Calling all dweebs.
You look like you've seen a ghost. Oh, man. You're pretty ugly. Hand over the
Fucking
Omnitrix,
ugly.
and I promise you won't suffer.
It wants to watch Einstein.
It wants to watch. It's that obvious.
Naughty about it.
I mean, it's obvious.
Know it all. Sorry, Krabby. We're as arrogant as you are. Deal with it.
You can still sense him.
You're the super guy. Do something.
What is he supposed to do? Exactly.
Better keep your claws to yourself.
Wouldn't go that fast, though. Ooh. Oh.
Ben, you okay? No sign of Crab Guy yet.
Well, he
Oh,
better
Crab
not
Guy's
show
not
us
coming.
the
It's that other
noses.
guy. Oh, boy.
I think we just picked up a hitchhiker.
Oh.
The Omnitrix. Give it to me.
The Omnitrix. Uh-oh. What a clumsy fuck. Like, seriously? You didn't see that? Wow, he barely made that jump.
What a pathetic excuse for prey.
I'll take care of this.
I don't think he will.
No, Ben.
Because he just said we need a plan. Oh, yeah, they want him to turn. Where's the other one? We had 3. We're only seeing the 2 right now. Uh-oh.
And the Omnitrix winds up on the wrist of a foolhardy youth.
Uh-huh.
Like I
It
told
did.
you, buddies, this thing doesn't come off. Its power utilizes alien DNA, which binds to the host's own genetic structure.
Okay.
It cannot simply be removed like taking off a hat.
Oh, shit.
You were moments away from losing your life. And the Omnitrix. Victory should have been swift and effortless. It's disturbing how little you know of this alien's strengths or weaknesses. You barely scratched the surface of its potential.
Wow. Basically saying he doesn't know hardly anything. What?
Not to me. That's my family.
You cannot save them. You would soon be overpowered
I mean,
and captured. The
he has to
ultimate
try.
task is for me to retrieve my hoverboard.
Damn. Okay. Is he gone? Is he done for? That was kind of cool. Building that like formation. Get out of here.
Remember to think out there, Ben.
Think.
Just try to muscle it.
Exactly.
Isn't always right.
Your choice of warriors is based solely on brute strength.
Oh, the little one. Okay. Let's see what he does. Oh shit. Pulling some wires. Oh god. Body slam. Bam. Holy shit. One more wires. Oh.
I hate this planet.
And boom.
Only one way to beat the
There you go.
Don't you think? How come you get all the cool alien stuff? It's
Good question.
my style, right?
Does it?
I have something for you too.
Oh, what?
Hey, what'd you do that for?
You were betrayed. There you have it, guys. Episode 5 of Ben 10. A really good episode. And I like the reveal halfway through the episode that one of the aliens Ben has turned into throughout the show so far, one of those aliens is actually there and hunting him, but not really. Like, at first he was like, well, you know, the Omnitrix is not to be played with. It's a toy. You're going to get your ass handed to you. And then ultimately Ben proved that he can control the Omnitrix. He was actually thinking his plans through and everything. And I actually looked up the alien that was there was based off of, the one that Ben can turn into, which is Diamond Head, which is he used in the first episode. And he actually used at the beginning of this episode to do some training. And what I really liked about this episode, because they had the whole thing before where Ben was just kind of winging it pretty much. I mean, he was kind of strategizing a little bit, but in the beginning of the episode, Grandpa Max had set up this like course, if you will, training course, which played right after we just saw those 3 different bounty hunters like testing and proving themselves to that alien that was in the first episode trying to track the Omnitrix, who almost died in the process, hunting down the Omnitrix. Getting those bounty hunters to test and everything and all that kind of stuff to prove that they can go after the Omnitrix and see their skills. Right after we see Grandpa Max making some sort of, you know, put together, you know, course for Ben to go through, and he turns into Diamond Head, and he's just like shooting diamonds, shooting all this stuff, and then you hear Grandpa Max saying, Ben, think things through. It's not all about fight. It's not all about, you know, your brute strength. You got to strategize this, because in the past he really didn't do that. Okay, he hasn't really done it before. So then he ultimately got hit by a tire, knocked down, crystals go everywhere, diamonds go everywhere, whatever, and ultimately causes there's a in the gas line there's a crystal right through it, a diamond, And so that's where they stop off of this like abandoned like what was it, like Wild West town or something, whatever. And then they go doing some. Ben's like, I'm gonna go find out what's going on. And then here comes the bounty hunters. They start tracking them because every time he used the Omnitrix, they can track him. So we have the 3 bounty hunters. They have a wide range of abilities, and they show up, and it's that crab guy, and he has a weird accent. I'm like, it's kind of strange to hear from Alien. But then again, there were 2 aliens that spoke English, and there was one that didn't. And I like how all 3 bounty hunters, they all had different abilities that they showcased, of course, in the beginning of the episode, but then we see them using different abilities here against Ben. But we have that crab guy, and Ben turns into that ghostly one that tries to scare Gwen. Doesn't work because she already knows he can turn into a ghost, and she already knew that he was in there because she saw the flash of light when he turned. So Ben's like, oh, I got this, because the crab guy shows up, like, give me that Omnitrix, and so he thinks he can just disappear and then get the upper hand. No, because that crab-looking bounty hunter or whatever, I don't know how else to really explain him, but he can sense him. He can sense him through his vision, like some sort of heat vision or something, so he could sense him. Ben got his ass handed to him. And Gwen early in the episode says, I can't wait for someone to, to actually get the upper hand and beat your ass. And she's like, I take it back. I don't want to see this. Because it wasn't good. Well, they send him up on a lift, and it goes super fast, which I feel like is unrealistic. Like, why would they go that fast if someone was using it? But anyways, so did all that, and then they're driving down, and then, of course, they're being hunted by the other ones. And, of course, he uses the Omnitrix, of course, with the ghost thing, so they were able to track him there. But then they track them to where the RV breaks down, and then they have to go to this mine shaft, and then chaos ensues once again. And it was crazy because they're on that some sort of cart that's hovering over this big hole, and they're trying to get us. I don't know how Max jumped that far. I have no idea how Grandpa Max jumped that far. He did, because I really don't think he would have made that, but okay. So Ben just goes, as soon as he's ready to go, he hits the Omnitrix again, and he's like, okay, it's time to go. And Max just said, hey, we need a strategy here. Like, no, let's just go. And so there was no strategy. So he turns into Diamond Head. It's smart at first because that one bounty hunter that doesn't speak English, the one that was flying towards them, he jumped on them when they went down the hole, back up, slammed down, and then everything's going down. And then you see the turning point at first with the one that has the hoverboard, which ultimately is the alien that looks like Diamond Head. It's the alien species that Ben can turn into. Throws like some sort of gas bomb or something, or some sort of something, knocks them both down a little bit, and then he goes and captures Ben as Diamond Head, throws him, and then the helmet, a part of this cool design that he's wearing, removes. He's like, "You're me." He's like, "No, I'm a warrior." Like he was saying I'm actually the alien that you're based off of for however long, 10 minutes or something, whatever it is. Because I think we've said that it's all revolving around the number 10. So 10 minutes Omnitrix can be used depending on how much is used. I don't know. But, so, he's like, I'm actually the alien you're based off of. And he didn't trust Ben to actually use the Omnitrix properly. Which makes sense because, so far, he really hasn't used it properly. Not really. Not to the extent of what he could. So, the whole point was that the bounty hunter was going to take him off-world, and it's not important about your family or whatever. I get it. This guy has this guy has no attachment. All he cares about is the Omnitrix. But then he realizes it's in a good hands because Ben turns into that small little guy, which we've seen. The first time we saw was in the second episode because he wanted those sumo cards. And he was searching through boxes to try to find those sumo cards. He actually goes to both aliens and pulls the wires out of them because they're robotic or something, or at least their suits are robotic in a sense. So he's able to pull these wires out and take them both out, and then drop that water tower or whatever on top of them. And then it's like, yeah, and then he gives Ben the hoverboard. He's like, here you go, hey, enjoy it. I'll be back. And then it turns out he didn't need the hoverboard to get off world. He lied. It kind of makes sense because if he ultimately was going against what the bounty hunters wanted, the other two that were there under that one alien that like hired them, it would make sense that he would lie about what he can and can't do. And when you think about it too, it kind of makes sense why he's wearing that bodysuit, because he doesn't want to reveal that he's one of the aliens that can actually, that, you know, the Omnitrix is used to turn into. So maybe there's a whole thing there. Maybe there's a connection. That's to why we've not seen any aliens so far, you know, going after Ben that look exactly like him. And I'm assuming this is setting up that we're going to be seeing more aliens that Ben can turn into. We actually see the real versions of them. Maybe. But I like that. I like that reveal. It was really cool. And it's still fun. And it's still cool to see Ben and Quinn's back and forth banter. And Grandpa Max even gave advice about the whole strategy thing, and that's what ultimately made him decide when he was ready to turn the last time to use the Omnitrix again in the episode, to use it, turn to that small guy to go into the shoulders or whatever in the backs and start pulling shit, because instead of brute force, think things through. There has to be some sort of connective thing with their bodies and these suits they're wearing or whatever, and there has to be some way to take them down without just brute strength and just punching and kicking and everything, which at times needs to happen, but it's smart that Ben thinks, okay, now I'm hoping this carries over to where Ben's actually going to start strategizing more. I'm assuming it will, but we'll see. But yeah, I had a good time watching the episode. It was a good reveal, like I said, revealing the actual alien that Ben can turn into, Diamond Head, and then him learning that valuable lesson that strategy, it's all about might is not always right, or something to that effect, to where it's not always about fighting. You got to strategize and think things through, because if you don't, you're going to get your ass handed to you, which that's what happened to Ben, because he was in that little training course, didn't do very well, ultimately ended up cutting the line for the gas for the RV, so that made them break down, and also the fact too that he turned into Diamond Head to fight these bounty hunters, and he got his ass handed to him, you know, again, essentially, where he was losing. It just wasn't good. It was 2-on-1. So, yeah. So Ben learned a valuable lesson. Hopefully that sticks. Now he has a hoverboard, so I wonder what he's going to use that for. I'm assuming he's going to use that for whatever he may need it for. Maybe not all the time he'll use it, but we'll see. And Gwen made it cool. Why do you get all the cool alien stuff? Well, because he's got the Omnitrix. Like, if you got the Omnitrix, Gwen, maybe you would get all this stuff. But yeah, so what do you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. I really enjoyed it overall. Whatever thoughts you have, guys, let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.